The Aggies and Mustangs on Saturday at Kyle Field. It's the third time the schools have met since the end of the Southwest Conference. All of them have resulted in lopsided victories for A&M. But SMU can be a little scary. They have been to 4 straight bowl games, and in each of those campaigns, they finished near the top of Conference USA. Now they've moved on to the newly named American Athletic Conference. And our preview starts right now. It's courtesy of Bud Light, the sure sign of a good time. Here we go. SMU took last week off, and they'll come in with a 1-1 record. They lost 41-23 to Texas Tech in the opener, then went up against FCS squad Montana State in their most recent contest, September 7th. The Mustangs got a punt return for a TD from Jabryce Taylor as time expired on the first half, and they went to the breakdown 22-19. With well under a minute left in the game, the Mustangs trailed 30-25. With 12 seconds to go, quarterback Garrett Gilbert found Darius Joseph on a 4-yard TD strike. SMU pulls it out 31-30. Joseph, when he caught that game winner, hauled in his 23rd catch of the season in just 2 games. He's one of Gilbert's favorite targets and will have to be accounted for. Don't sleep on Jeremy Johnson. He's got 19 catches. On the other side of the ball, SMU ranks 117th in the nation in passing yards allowed, giving up 315 per game. And their first 2 opponents have completed just under 70% of their passes. But SMU can sling it around too. Gilbert has completed 69% of his tosses. Now, the first time the Ags and Mustangs met on the gridiron was 1916, so we can open the history books on these 2 squads. There's been some great A&M performances in this series. The single-game rushing record was set by Bob Smith versus the Ponies all the way back in 1950. It's still the standard 63 years later. The mark is 297 yards. In 1985, the Aggies posted a dramatic win at Kyle Field, and that continued the team's drive to the Southwest Conference Championship. 1995, Corey pulled it to Albert Connell with just a few seconds remaining.
He throws toward the end zone, and it will be caught a catch! It was Connell. He went high in the air, and he caught a touchdown.
The Aggies win by 3. Last year, after a slow start and scoreless first quarter, the Aggies went for touchdowns on 7 of their remaining 10 drives.
And he made a catch, and it looks like we're going to break it for a touchdown. It's McNeil.
We started to see what Johnny Manziel could do in Dallas in 2012. A&M won it 48-3. It's not last year the Aggies should be concerned with. It's last week. As you'll hear quite a bit on this show, it's imperative not to suffer a Bama hangover. It's the 80th matchup all time between the Aggies and Mustangs.